We welcome you back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City for the continuation of our 2025 PVL All-Filipino Conference. Kyle Negrito and the Creamline Cool Smashers set to face Louis Romero and the Farm Fresh Foxies for our second game of this Tuesday doubleheader inside the Phil Sports Arena. As it sets us up for our matchup. We reach the tail end of our elimination round last couple of weeks, so each game is important, and we welcome you all to our coverage on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and of course on Pilipinas Live. Dip Bianco alongside our courtside reporter Alexis Tinsay and our analyst here Ayel Eschanera. Alexis, I know you've talked to the players. We're excited to hear the stories you have for us today.
Alam mo, sobrang nakaka-excite kasi battle to ng isang underdog na gustong lumaban sa mga reyna dito sa PVL.
We're looking forward to hearing those stories from the queens in the volleyball scene. Pero pag-usapan natin, Ayel, we talked about how each game is so important. Padulo na tayo ng ating elimination round. And let's take a look at the team standings of how it is right now. Now, teams are trying to rack up the wins in order to make their spot moving forward.
Well, for the Petrogas Angels, after winning against Capital One earlier, they've earned the number 1 seed right now. But the Creamline Cool Smashers is currently still spotless. They have been perfect so far this conference. They are in an 18-game winning streak. Talking about the Cool Smashers, the last time they lost was during the reinforced conference. Meanwhile, their challengers, the Farm Fresh Foxies, it has been an up and down conference for them. But we've seen a lot of sparks from this team. They're currently at 9th seed with a 4-5 win-loss record. So as we near the end of the preliminary round, every game, every win will definitely be important.
And it's been a while since Creamline tasted a loss here in the PVL, as you mentioned. 18-game winning streak. That's a long one for the Cool Smashers, who have always been on point and on top of the team standings. Let's go to them first and focus on one player in particular, BDL. What a conference she's having so far, AL. And you can argue that every conference she's wearing the Cool Smasher jersey, she's improving and improving.
Oh, I definitely agree. I mean, BDL has always been a reliable middle for the Cool Smashers. In their previous game against the Teritigo Crossovers, BDL was unstoppable. She was quick, she was aggressive in offense, and if she continues to connect well with Kyle, seems like BDL will be an added scoring machine to the Creamline Cool Smashers.
And what's interesting here, Alexis, is that we know Bea De Leon, when she suited up for the first time with the Creamline Cool Smashers, people were wondering how will she fit in, right? What will her role be? But she had to earn it, and you were able to talk to her about it.
Exactly. Nakapag heart-to-heart ako with BDL kanina. And when she first entered Creamline, she initially wanted to have fun. Kasi syempre, di ba, happy-happy sa Creamline. Talagang kita mo yung joy, yung passion. She wanted to reignite that passion for volleyball. Pero ibang klase din daw eh. Nag-boost yung confidence niya given the belief of her ates in her. So the confidence was boosted because the trust of her teammates were there. And with that, na-earn niya yung position that she has today. The results are speaking for themselves. The fans are so happy about it. And ngayon, nag-iba yung goal niya. It's not just to enjoy volleyball, but now it's locking in and being consistent every single game. Because like what Ayel said, possible she could be the next scoring machine of Creamline.
And it really shows that she's locked in. I mean, 14 points in their previous game, so I can just imagine how much more points she's gonna score today.
And she's entering today as ranked number 3 in terms of blocking as well, so that's a big feat para kay Bea De Leon. And you mentioned, Ayel, a while ago, yung connection niya with Kyle. If she continues to work on that, diba? And Kyle Negrito, we've seen how she's playing right behind Jelka Yunalang in terms of the excellent sets this conference.
And the two-time best setter here, Kyle Negrito, had an all-around game against the crossovers. 5 points, 7 excellent digs, 11 excellent sets. She had the balanced playmaking, giving her attackers the opportunity to contribute. So I'm excited to see this time how Kyle Negrito will set up her attackers today.
And she's really embraced the role of being the playmaker for the Creamline Cool Smashers for the past couple of years. Lipat tayo sa kabila for the Farm Fresh Foxies, who are looking to snap a losing skid against the Cool Smashers, whom they haven't beaten in the past 4 matches. But with the likes of Louis Romero leading the way, maybe they could do that today.
That's right. But for the Foxies, they had a tough time against PLDT in their previous game. No player scored in double digits, but Louis Romero still had an impressive performance setting up her attackers despite their shaky passing. But in this game, Louis' smart playmaking will be even more crucial as they are playing against the 3rd best blocking team in the Creamline Cool Smashers.
And you know what, Ayel, you're talking about blocking. Now we can also talk about attacking kasi I know you're gonna talk about another player who's ranking 3rd in scoring naman. So now talking about Trisha Tubo, I also got to talk to her. Unfortunately, I want to tell the PVL fans that she won't be able to play in full gear today. It's because in their last game against PLDT, she actually overextended her back during an attack. So sa isang atake na overextend niya yung back niya, na strain niya, now she's undergoing therapy for that. Pero as we know, if a player has injury, kailangan din nila i-activate. So dahil kailangan niya i-activate yung back niya, she's gonna be in between the games. So expect her to still play a little bit, but with that, sabi niya nga, yung difference daw ng game nila ngayon sa Creamline against the game in PLDT is now they're willing to die for the ball. Kasi talagang kaya pa nila umakyat sa Final Four. Sabi niya, ilalaban namin to. Tingnan natin today.
Medyo nahuli yung worried face ko na because we don't want injuries, right? We want players to be healthy and playing. But talk about what Farm Fresh will miss with Trisha Tubu not playing today, Aya.
I mean, Trisha Tubu has been an excellent scorer all throughout the conference long. Currently third, as Ai mentioned earlier, third in scoring overall. 180 points for her, third best attacker as well. But with her, with a minor injury and her having to be on and off the court from time to time in this game, it is also an opportunity for other players to step up in today's game.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to who will step up in today's game.
Exactly. And you know what? We're talking about the fans who are in support of Trisha, who are excited to see more of PDL. Now, we want to talk more about, our polls. And with that, we have an exclusive question on the Pilipinas Live app. And the question is, which team will connect more attacks? Ayan, if you're in the Pilipinas Live app, if you scroll right below the stream, you can answer the question, which team will connect more attacks? You can answer that and join the conversation also by using the hashtag PVL2025.
So go ahead, engage in the Pilipinas Live app. We're excited to see your answers and the results for that. In just a bit, it's the first serve between the Creamline Cool Smashers and the Farm Fresh Foxies. Pero first serve muna tayo with Julina de la Cruz here on this feature. We'll leave you to that here on Signal TV.
Hi, I'm Julina de la Cruz, and this is my first serve. Ay, oh! Hoy! Chubby chicks pa ako dito. Tignan mo, oh! Actually, teammate ko dito si Tots Card. Kami yung magka-teammate nito, Central Luzon. Nung bata ako na nagpamahal sa akin sa volleyball, palarong pambansa. So dati kasi, syempre, private school kami nun eh. So all private school, maglalaban yan. And then city meet, and then regional. So nag-start ako magpalaro nun. Sabi ko, okay, I want more. Gusto kong mag-level up. Gusto kong ma-experience na level ng pinaglalaruan ngayon ng mga like kagaya nila Ate Lai, nila Ate Ara, nila Ate Abby, di ba? Super gagaling yan sa larangan ng volleyball. So I want to be them. Gusto ko parang maabot yung kung ano naabot nila. Parang that time, kasi tune-up namin against Japan yun eh. Super lilit lang nung Japan nun, pero super bibilis. So parang hindi kami nanalo nun ng tune-up game na yun. Pero nung kinausap ako ni Coach Ramil sa kitchen, gusto niya yung mga last 2 points, kahit mag-outside yan, ang gusto niya nilaban mo. Gusto niya makita sa mata mo na nilaban mo yung puntos na yun kahit matalo tayo. Young me, babalik ka na sa loob ng court. It's time for me to come back na. Super excited ako maglaro. Parang first time lang sa akin na super matagal na nawala sa volleyball. Gusto ko may ma-achieve ka pa na more.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Phil Sports Arena, Pasig City, Philippines. This is match number 56 in the PVL All-Filipino Conference 2025 between the Creamline Cool Smashers and the Farm Fresh Foxies. And now let's introduce our officials for this match. Our first referee, Herbert Matematico, Asian International Referee. And our second referee is Bobby Celso, National Referee. And now the starters. First, for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Center from the Far Eastern University, #1, Kyle Negrito. Middle blocker from the College of St. Benil, #6, Pangs Panaga. Middle blocker from the Ateneo de Manila University, #14, Bea de Leon. Opposite hitter from the University of the Philippines, #18, Tots Carlos. Outside spiker from FEU, #19, Bernadette Pons. Outside spiker from Adamson University, #23, Gemma Galanza. Starting libero from FEU, #11, Kyla Atienza. Head coach for Creamline is Sherwin Meneses. And now the starters for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Center from Adamson University, #17, Captain Louis Romero. Opposite hitter from the University of Santo Tomas, #4, Kate Viray. Outside spiker from the University of the Philippines, #5, Eliza Bertolano. Outside spiker from De La Salle University, #8, Julina de la Cruz. Middle blocker from Anderson, #13, April Tugsip. Middle blocker also from Adamson, number 16, Riza Cruz. Starting libero from the National University, number 17, Janelle Delerio. Head coach for Farm Fresh is Benson Bokbok. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Board. Creamline versus Farm Fresh. This game is
Take a look at the starters for the Cool Smashers. You have Panaga, De Leon, Carlos, Negrito, Pons, Galanza, and Atienza as their libero. Meanwhile, for the Foxies on the other side, these are their starters: Tagsip, Cruz, Viray, Romero, Bertolano, De La Cruz, and Janelle Delerio. So we're all set for this second match on this Tuesday doubleheader inside the Phil Sports Arena. We'd like to thank you all for joining us on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco alongside Ayel Estraniero and Alexis Tinsay as our courtside reporter for this game. Ayel, Creamline dominating so far. Unblemished record with an 8-0 standing, and they're looking to continue their winning ways against a Farm Fresh team that is missing Trisha Tubu, but still hoping to put up a fight tonight.
Actually, a really big hole offensively here for the Foxies. The reason why other players really need to step up big offensively.
Which is why for this game, as Creamline gets their first point, courtesy of Banks Panaga, I was going to say, Caitlin Viray enters the starting lineup for Trisha Tubu as the opposite. Negrito with that serve. A bit too long for Kyle, which gives the first point for the Foxies. Farm Fresh in the standings at the bottom half, tied with Zeus Coffee as Viray counters with a service error as well.
I mean, for both teams, they have to be careful with those errors.
Coach Benson Bokbok of the Foxies. Galanza with that serve. Romero with a set to De La Cruz. Picked up by the Cool Smashers. Delerio with a save. The 1-2 does not work. It's back with the black shirts. And Bertolano, her attack popped up. Pons off the block, get a point.
A good rally there for both teams, showing good defense there. But again, we know Creamline to just be really strong offensively, winning that rally.
First point for Bernadette Pons. And Galanza will continue to serve. That drops right in. Service ace from Gemma Galanza, and a chance for us to send this to Alexis Tinsay. Alexis?
Depenayel, grabe dito yung sigawan sa Phil Sports Arena. Tumuho muna tayo sa Creamline. I got to talk to Pangs Panaga, who shared 8 points last game against Sherry Tigo. And she shared to me how her journey back from shoulder surgery last November has been all about patience. As a fierce competitor for the School Smashers, she's required to give it all, but she's had to remind herself to pace things properly. After a strong performance in their last game, she's glad to be finding her rhythm and consistency again. Her daily grind is no joke. Mornings are packed with activations, followed by therapy pa din. Then straight into ball training. It's great to see her back in action together and locked in for Creamline. What can you say about the power of the middles of Creamline now? Ayel and Dip, back to set 1.
Thank you, Alexis, for that. Well, the power of the middles, mahirap i-contain talaga yung middle blockers ng Cool Smashers.
I mean, I agree that in terms of offense. And also, we talked about on top of the coverage, Creamline being the third best blocking team so far this conference. And that's one department they have improved tremendously this conference.
Cruz had to do a double take. Pons waved off as it hit the antenna. And it will not be counted as we take a look at this one.
Pons saw that opportunity to go down the line with Romero being the smaller blocker there, unfortunately hitting that antenna. Free point for the Foxies.
Only a 2-point lead. Cruz serving. Perfect first ball from Galanza. It leads to the attack for Pons, but good defense from Bertolano. Gemma doing the same. And an easy over. Romero to De La Cruz. Jesus had to be the one to bump it to Pons, and look at Bertolano manning the back row, but a miscue between her and De La Cruz.
Oh, but we have to talk about that defense, as you mentioned, of Bertolano, just really playing good defense in the back row as a sweeper. But again, for the Foxies, those were like the miscues, the errors they need to avoid.
Right. It's those little things that will count. Tug up by Atienza, back to the other side. Tug sip. Tots was there. 1-2 for Kyle, straight to Caitlin. Chance for the white shirts to regroup. Pons on the tip. And a donut hole on the side of the Foxies.
No, and the Creamline Cool Smashers just playing with so much speed right now. Fast, low set there. Pons didn't have an opportunity to go for a full swing, but still found out spot to score that point.
Couple of points for Pons and Panaga. This time, it's long for Creamline. That was Carlos.
Nice contact on that serve for Tots Carlos.
Romero with that quick serve. Negrito chooses Tots Carlos. That's long on the attack. So back-to-back errors leads to this lead being down to just 2 points.
And the Foxies really taking advantage of the errors here coming from the Cool Smashers.
Pons, again, Bertolano. That set misjudged. And Pons will take advantage to send us to our first technical timeout. It's Creamline up by 3. But hold on. Teka lang, sabi ng Farm Fresh. As Alohi Robbins Hardy putting up that reaching beyond challenge.
We know that the Foxies will fight for every point here. They are playing catch-up, but this is quite an early challenge for them. Let's see.
Take a look at this. Way past the net. So it was on the side clearly of Creamline, and Pons just putting it away. So officially, we go to the first technical timeout after that unsuccessful challenge. And it's the Cool Smashers ahead by 3. Arena Plus, Astig sa Sports, and we are back inside the Phil Sports Arena for your PVL All-Filipino Conference action. And it's the Cool Smashers up ahead over the Farm Fresh Foxies by 3 earlier. We had a 3-set match. The Petrogas Angels sweeping the Capital One Solar Spikers. So a tale of 2 teams from the opposite ends as well.
In this game, clearly it's the Foxies that are the challengers here. Creamline clearly the team to beat this conference still.
Trying to put a dent on that record. We start off after this technical timeout with a service ace from Bernadette Pons.
Again, the Cool Smashers trying to serve strong in this match, really putting Farm Fresh Foxies out of system here, challenging their first ball.
Better first ball this time from De La Cruz. Viray powers it Cross-court hit.
And this is why they would want to stabilize their passing, because the Foxies also, we know them to have a lot of firepower. They just need to be in system to be able to execute better.
So no lefty opposite in Tubu, but still a lefty
Right.
opposite in Viray. PDL. Check at the net. Another one, and she won't be denied this time.
And we talked about the connection of Negrito and De Leon. It has been a perfect so far in their past few games. Back quick attack, too good there for PDL.
As she serves this time, it's 10-6. Tagsip. That's a point.
Great activation there from the middle. Tagsip scoring off that a quick attack. And this is what the Foxes need. They need contribution from all the players. So Louis Romero will really play a crucial part here in setting up all the players.
Panaga. That's saved by Louis Romero. Back with the Cool Smashers. Galanza. Covered by Pons. Negrito goes back to Gemma. Kept alive. Bertolano with the adjustment. They go pipe this time. De La Cruz able to get a touch. Caitlin couldn't get there on time, and a point for Creamline.
Oh, but what an effort there on the defense for the Foxies. But again, for the Cool Smashers, they have a lot of options offensively. But credit the effort really of the Foxies to try to really not get the ball on the floor.
Galanza is now on the board with that point. Negrito. Oh, another service error for Kyle.
They have been trying to serve to zone 5, trying to put pressure on Bertolano in terms of passing.
Was done well, by the way.
Right, I agree.
At least in the early goings of this game. Easy dump from Riza Cruz.
Good serve there coming from Viray.
So that 4-point lead down to just 2. Viray continues to serve 9-11. Negrito pushed by Tots. Bertolano is shut down by Fangs Panaga.
The blockers well established that time. Carlos and Panaga ready for that attack.
This block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Broken play. Kyle goes to Carlos. Cross court. It is a point.
I mean, everyone on the Cool Smashers starting to heat up right now.
Which is why Coach Benson will call for time.
Okay? Kasi nakaganyan na kagad sila eh. Okay? So pag sinet sa'yo, lalo ng break ball, talon sa mataas.
Back row ready, please.
Okay, back row.
Yes, coach. Ready ako. Silip lang, silip lang.
Kailang. Hey. Taas braso. Tara. Kaya mo yan. Tuloy lang. Tuloy lang.
May first ball.
Lagayin natin sa depensa.
Third ball tayo, third ball. Nawawala yung third ball.
Coach Bok there directly talking to Bertolano, talking about their out of system attacks. Again, they're missing their leading scorer this conference in Trisha Tubo, and in times like those wherein they're out of system, it's usually Trisha Tubo they go to, but right now another player really needs to step up.
That one picked up by Galanza. Carlos. Delerio with a pickup. They go back row to Julina, who tried to place that shot. And it's going to be an easy pickup here. Oh, they've been going to that play to Cruz. Romero once more to Riza. Read again by the Cool Smashers. Defense on point for Creamline. Their turn to attack, and they will score.
What a defense there from the Cool Smashers, from their floor defense and their net defense. Everything was just working for them. And again, winning that rally off that attack from Bernadette Pons. Just really difficult here to score against a good defense of Creamline. So for the Foxies, they really have to be smart with their offense.
That's, I think, 3:1 ratio of attacks, and Creamline got it on the first. And another defensive stop by Panaga.
And when the Cool Smashers find their momentum, there's no looking back for them. Clearly, right now, they are controlling the match with a 6-point lead.
Rachel Andakis enters for the Foxies. Coach Benson looking for a change, a spark off the bench. She gets that first ball. Check by Pons. They go now to Rad. Galanza able to put it up. Carlos. Atienza back to Tots. And she scores that one. And that brings us to our second technical timeout. It's Creamline up by 7. SB Finance ang BFF na malalapitan.
Talking about BFFs, Dip. Sino yung BFF mo?
Basta pag tayo, si Mama Lars.
Oo, yung floor director natin.
And the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers were not suited up for this game, but all present.
Comfortable lead so far for the Cool Smashers.
Biggest lead of the game so far. Gonzalez is now the setter. They go to Dakis on that sharp hit.
Much needed point here for the Farm Fresh Foxies.
And this spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin' Pasalubong ng Bayan.
This is why they brought in Rachel Andakis. They need that spark off the bench, an impact player, and a veteran as well.
Yeah, you know that each game she plays, she's gonna get her conditioning back and find her rhythm once more. A violation there.
I'm talking about rhythm. Foxy starting to find the rhythm here in the set. Let's see if they will be able to sustain.
Dakis serves. This time it's out.
Too long this time for that serve from Dakis. Foxy still playing catch up here.
Oh, but we see the entry of Trisha Tubu.
Double sub here for the Foxies.
So despite the reports of her with that injury,
right,
she enters the game for the Foxies, and I guess they are forced to try and see how she performs.
And Alexis mentioned also earlier that they could not have Trisha Tubo 100% all throughout this match, but to be able to see sparks of her, and let's see if she will be able to make some changes here for the Foxies as Pangs Panaga serves straight to the net. Another free point here for the Foxies.
And she will know best, diba? I'm sure magsasanyasan niya with the bench how she feels.
Right.
Right now, her team down by 6, but not too late to make a run here in set number 1. Carlos. Again, Bertolano got a touch, but no second ball for the Foxies.
They have been reading the offense of the Cool Smashers, getting those first touch, but it's usually in the second touch that they lose that point.
Another timeout for Farm Fresh, their final one here in set number 1.
Kailangan iisa lang din minsan. Nakukuha nyo? Pag may bago, overhead nyo para alam nyo gagawin. Nakuha? Let's go. Kunin natin yung sagot.
1 point at a time. Pasa muna, set up, tas palutan. Eh, mataas mo. Anong A ka dyan? Magsalita ka dyan. Eh, nagsasalita ako.
Wait muna. Huwag sayangin yung effort ng kasama.
Yes, sir!
Tulong.
Go, go! Isa-isa kaya yan. Let's go!
Coach Bok mentioned about communication because we've already seen a couple of miscues from the players, as we mentioned earlier. There were good first touches but no support after that.
And at the end, si Dakis was saying not to waste yung effort ng kanilang kakampi because in that instance, Bertolano got a touch, but nobody home for that second ball. This time, Gonzalez sets it up to De La Cruz, and it drops.
De La Cruz powering through that net defense of the Cool Smashers. But for the Foxies, we've seen sparks from them, but right now they really need to make a run because Cool Smashers here with a 6-point lead.
And as reported, just a quick stint from Trisha Tubu, who's back on the bench. Starters back on the floor. Viray and Romero.
Bernadette Pons unstoppable so far in this set, showing some good efficiency in her scoring.
And now Creamline is at the 20-point mark. Back with their biggest lead here in set number 1. That is tight. Too tight. And Romero could not avoid. It's going to be a reaching beyond the net violation called, and Coach Benson will call a challenge. Another reaching beyond, but this time to contest the call against them.
And this is their last challenge for the set. They had one unsuccessful challenge earlier with the same challenge, reaching beyond, as you mentioned. But this also could just be an opportunity for Coach Benson to talk to his players here. This is a big lead. They're trying to close.
And ubus na yung timeout nila eh. So, chance for him to regroup and talk things over. Was it over?
So it's a reaching beyond, but called on Louis Romero. So it is an unsuccessful challenge.
No more challenges for the Foxies and no more timeouts. So they have to figure this out the rest of the way. Meanwhile,
for the Cool Smashers, they can afford those errors. Ooh, but they will also call a challenge here, ball in, ball out challenge.
why not? They haven't used any.
Right.
And as you mentioned, they can afford, but that thing speaks a lot about the Creamline Cool Smashers still not wanting to waste any point.
But so far on that service line, they have been really taking the risk, serving strong. We've seen a couple of errors from them.
Yeah. That is out clearly based on the replay.
Farm Fresh Fool Smashers have one more challenge remaining in the set.
So it will be 14-21. De La Cruz waiting to serve. May unting formality lang dun sa pag-sub ni Janela kay Delerio. Here comes the play. De Leon. Bertolano. That's out. No check and a point for Creamline.
But they're out of challenges.
Yes.
Talking about the Foxies. They wanted to call for a challenge here.
Subs coming in for Coach Sherwin Meneses as Mandapat and Mafe Galanza will check in for the first time. De La Cruz will set up the play for Bertolano. Pons was right there to cover Galanza. Dug up by Delerio. Viray. Oh, Mandapat with a save. And she will attack, but will commit a violation.
Oh, but what a dig coming from Mandapat off that Viray attack.
And
That sharp cross.
And the crowd loved it.
Fortunately, there ending that rally with an error.
For Farm Fresh, equal time set.
Let's see what they do here. This time they go to Galanza on and down the line. So open on that spot.
Exactly. You just knew that Galanza knew that spot was open for a point for her there. Really quick thinking and execution there for Galanza.
So quick stint as well for the subs. It's Negrito back as the setter. Viray on the drop. Atienza with a pickup. Gemma again. And she puts Creamline at set point.
Now that hole has been a big problem here in that floor defense of the Foxies. Let's take a second look on that. Did not even have to go for a power attack. Just a quick tip in the middle. Works for Galanza.
Louis goes to Bertolano. Saved by Atienza. Able to slow that ball down. They try Viray this time. Caitlin again, second. And door is shut. Huge block to end set number 1 with Pangs Panaga denying that one.
Just an all-around set for the Cool Smashers, from defense on the net, from the floor, and their offense. They really made it look so easy to get that first set win.
Cruising to that set 1 win. It's 25-15. We'll be back with set number 2 after this. back inside the PhilSports Arena in Pasig for the 2025 PVL All-Filipino Conference, and it's the Cool Smashers ahead by one set here, 25-15. You can say that was a comfortable set number 1 for the Cool Smashers, Ayel.
I mean, it was a quick set there, Cool Smashers. Starting it really strong, a lot of players coming alive right away in terms of offense. Kyle Negrito again with the balanced playmaking, but on the side of the Foxies, we saw a lot of sparks from them. Good defense, good passing, but again, it really wasn't enough to challenge the good defense of the Cool Smashers. And again, for the Cool Smashers, there are a lot of players who can score points for them. And with Trisha Tubo not on the court for the Farm Fresh Foxies, they're still trying to look for that player to step up. As you see, a big disparity in the attack points. 6 attack points only for the Foxies, 13 for the Cool Smashers. Cool Smashers registering 5 kill blocks, 2 service aces, and none at all for the Foxies. Meanwhile, Foxies playing cleaner volleyball here with only 5 errors against the 9 of the Cool Smashers. But for the Foxies, they really need to improve their attacking in this set if they want to challenge the Cool Smashers.
So you can see the numbers clearly, they stand out because of those 2 zeros on the side of the Foxies. And Eliza Valdez now will start set number 2 for the Creamline Cool Smashers. And she felt good about her last game where she had 7 points off the bench against the Cherry Tigo crossovers. So we begin set number 2 here on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Filipinas Live. Dip Dipianco with Ayel Estraniero calling this match. Alexis Tinsay will give us the reports at the sidelines. Galanza. That is off the block and out.
That's a specialty of Gemma Galanza. When she knows she has 2 blockers there, she uses their hands to get the check and get that point.
Well, we saw in set number 1 how Coach Benson tried mixing players up, even putting Trisha Tubu in, put some life, but none shown yet by the Foxies. But for Creamline, they are enjoying each other's play here so far.
Again, sometimes you don't need all the power, you just need to play smart. Liza Valdez there, just a perfect execution with the tip.
2-0. Can they make it 3? They go to Carlos. Atienza bumps it to the other side to Valdez. Abellana now in the game as well for the Foxies. That clips the net. To almost a point. Viray goes up. Saved still. Eliza. Delerio with a save. That's a bit low for Cruz. Back and forth we go. Bit of a helter-skelter here. Galanza from the back.
Long rally.
Long rally. Alert indeed. Still going. And that one ends with a Creamline point.
Oh, but what a rally there. Both teams really showing good defense. Oof.
And always when the rally is that long, you don't want to let that point slip away easily.
That's why the Foxies will call this challenge. Referees was saying that there was a block touch of that Tots Carlos attack, but the Foxies does not agree with that.
Yeah. And alam natin nakakapanghinayang yung mga ganyang point eh.
Yeah, especially they had a lot of opportunities to score a point there, talking about the Foxies.
Right. Oh, there was none. Way above the blockers actually, so that's a good challenge for Farm Fresh after missing out on the challenges in the first set.
Finally, a successful challenge for them.
So they're on the board. It's 2-1. Valdez! What a hit!
what a connection with Negrito as well. I mean, we saw from that approach, he was really attacking on the peak of that approach, way above the blockers. Clean attack there coming from Valdez.
Viray. That's saved by Galanza. They go to Carlos. And not the best set there.
Put away by Liza Bertolano.
Let's get this report first from... before we get to the report, there is a challenge for Creamline reaching beyond. It's their turn to call that challenge na reaching beyond.
Early challenges here coming from both teams.
That was a tight set. So let's see here if that was indeed a reaching beyond the net.
But the Foxies, they're starting to pick up their game here, making it difficult for the Cool Smashers to have an easy time to convert a point compared from the first set.
Yeah. So unsuccessful challenge for Creamline.
Coach Sherwin still trying to clarify that one. But unsuccessful challenge.
Yeah.
Point goes to the Foxies.
That was Bertolano who touched the ball last. And she will be the one to serve here for Farm Fresh, who are only down by a single point. Easy over. Romero goes middle. Janela will be the one to set to Bertolano. Straight up to Negrito. Carlos on the off speed, changing pace and making it work. As we get this report from Alexis Tinsay. Alexis.
De Pinayel, despite the team's struggles with first ball receptions, team captain of the Farm Fresh Foxies, Louis Romero, told me that she's going to fight back even against the strongest of teams. And also she leads by example, not by words, but by action. For her, Aterad is great with words, but she lets her work do the talking. For Louis, it's about fighting back. Now, speaking of Rachel Andakis, we know that Julina de la Cruz and Lorene Toring are also coming off ACL injuries, returning to full training alongside Rad just this January. So it's only been a month of training together, and Rad told me the power is there, but the connection, it truly takes time to build. And every game they're building on experience is for this conference. Now let's go back to set 2.
Thank you, Alexis, for that report. Well, for Farm Fresh, we know that it's a journey of patience for them. They can't rush the process, but it's good that slowly yung mga players bumabalik, right? They're healthy. But as mentioned in that report, and the players know it, as Carlos commits that service error, na yung connection, they will build on it. And
it really takes time.
Which is, on the other side, is a team that has been together for years now.
So long. The reason why they play the way they do right now, in terms of playing cohesively, playing with chemistry, and the Foxies definitely will get on that level as they train together for more years.
Valdez back with the white shirts. Negrito goes back to Eliza, changing the attack. Abeliana covers her own. Negrito goes to PVL on that hammer. The spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin' Pasalubong ng Bayan.
Now, when Negrito and PVL connects, it's like an automatic point for the Cool Smashers. Really, we talked about this on top of the coverage, that BDL can be that next scoring machine for the Cool Smashers.
Ooh. Miscue there. BDL again! Back-to-back solid hits from Bea de Leon.
And what makes it difficult is that you have to figure out when Negrito will set up BDL, and with the height and length of BDL, she definitely have that advantage. Whew, crazy points there coming from BDL.
Grabe. It's 1 point, but the impact of that
Right.
hit. Galanza popped up by Delerio. Viray. That is a point. A smart play from Caitlin Viray.
And a much needed point there for the Foxies. Smart play, just tipping that one over. Very strategic on that one.
Yeah.
Atienza even had to hesitate on that.
They were anticipating a strong hit there. Galanza, Bertolano. It's back with the Foxies. Viray this time with a strong hit and a bit of a stare down.
Right. She knew she was gonna get that point. That was a loose block coming from PVL.
May second look. Wala daw eh, sabi ni Mama Lars. Wala ba, El?
Parang meron eh.
Meron eh, di ba? May tingin eh.
I agree.
The 6-7 is the score. It's Louis Romero on deck to serve. Carlos off speed. Oh, nice dive by Viray. High free ball. Valdez wanted to get the first ball. Galanza scores off the block.
Not even two blockers can stop Galanza.
And we go to our first technical timeout. It's Creamline up by 2. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig for your PVL All-Filipino Conference. As we take a look at Mr. Alan Acero of Creamline Cool Smashers, Mr. Ricky Palu, always in attendance. And Mr. Jonathan Nan of Ribisco, always in support of their squad. There's a 2-point lead for Creamline here in set number 2. Negrito on the 1-2. And Creamline looks like they will challenge.
Saying that it did actually touch the floor. That 1-2 play coming from Kyle Negrito. Good reaction there coming from Louis Romero with that pancake save. The question is, did it really hit her hand?
Floor touch challenge is what they're looking at on that previous play. So quickly they were, they pressed the buzzer to see if yung save ba yun on the 1-2 of Negrito, if it were good or not. And so it's a successful challenge for the Cool Smashers.
Good reaction from Romero, but not a good pancake save there.
6 for the Cool Smashers.
So point awarded to the Cool Smashers. They're now up by 3 here in set number 2. Viray. That is denied by Gemma Galanza.
A good timing on that block from the Cool Smashers.
This block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
Viray trying to go down the line there, but that was well guarded by Galanza.
De La Cruz. Negrito sets up Valdez from the back. It will be Delerio setting up Viray. There was a touch. She knew it.
Off the block for Viray.
Viray has been the go-to player here for the Foxies. Take a second look on that one. Going high this time, touching the fingertips of Pangs Panaga.
She is the top scorer for Farm Fresh so far with 4 points. Panaga on the runner. Janela with a pickup. And Turing converts.
And this is why they need good passing. They want their middles involved in offense. Perfect activation that time for Turing.
Eight to 10 is the score. Oh, Negrito. Quick reaction.
Right, and great decision to put that ball over. Overpass there coming from Valdez. But Cal Negrito saving that one and getting a point.
Chance here for Creamline again. Delerio was there for the cover. Viray. Oh, nice save by Valdez. Carlos waits for the ball. It falls on the side of the Foxies, and Turing will send that wide.
I think Turing wanted to replicate that point earlier, going for that long tip at zone 1.
Oh, another service error there for Kyle Negrito. So, a much closer set here compared to the first one, where Creamline sort of pulled away on the first half of the set.
And we're seeing the Foxies being more aggressive in terms of offense as well.
Oh, Galanza though. Straight to Romero. Chance here for Farm Fresh. Bertolano. Valdez picks it up. Galanza again. Tried to put some angle on it.
Wanted to go for a sharp cross there, but did not have enough space to get that ball in. So just a 2-point lead now for the Cool Smashers.
And you can sense that Farm Fresh has gained confidence in this set. Able to stop plays like that. That was De Jesus with the first ball. Galanza is blocked.
But definitely defending better this time, talking about the Foxies.
That was Caitlin Viray.
Perfect timing there and closing the right angle of Galanza. Too hard to cover there for the Cool Smashers.
So 4 attack points and 1 block now for Viray. And a service ace for Lorin Turing. And we are tied at 12-all. As we take a look at what happened in that last play to tie this game up, and Creamline calls for time.
Kahit kanina pwede. Cover tayo, cover. Maganda taas yung bola.
Yeah, sorry, cover kami.
Pang, samaya ka na mag-running. Kasi gumaganon lang eh. Ha? Kuha muna tayo 1 puntos. Balik 4 lang.
Okay,
Box open.
All in, Creamline!
Oh, well, the timeout was just for Creamline to regroup and for Coach Sherwin to give some small reminders, especially about their offense here, because the Foxies are starting to read their offense. Foxies defending better from the floor and the net this time.
Yung mga atake nung first set na hindi nila nababasa, no? This time, they're able to extend the rallies. Carlos. That is no touch according to the referees, but our first referee overrules our linesman.
Oh, there you go. Green card given to Riza Cruz.
So admitting to that touch. So lead still stays with Creamline after that Farm Fresh run. Viray, though, has found her mark here in set 2.
Exactly, found her personal momentum here, starting to score more points for the Foxies, and Romero continues to go to her this time. Better execution going down the line. And that's what they need right now, a player to really step up in terms of scoring.
That was a good serve too. Back set to Tots. Naibalik. Valdez gives up a high free ball. Romero goes to Cruz. Was there a touch? None. And no challenge as well for Farm Fresh.
Serving for the Cool Smashers, Max Panaga.
14-13 is the score. Bertolano, that was picked up. Saved by Panaga. Carlos is blocked.
Cruz silencing Tots Carlos on that sequence. One-man block there. Just a really perfect execution of a block. Hands really pressed in. Some confidence booster there.
And another deadlock here. And the lead now with the Foxies. After that misreception. And it's the first time that they lead here in this set. Or in the entire game, actually. Abed de Leon quickly gets that point back.
Now, when you need a point and PVL is in front, you can't expect her to deliver that point.
Now serving for the Cool Smashers, Carlos.
Romero, oh, that was read perfectly by Elisa Valdez, who timed it and sent it back. And that brings us to our second technical timeout. Creamline up by a single point. The annual NBA Watch and Win is back. Watch the live games on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports, and Pilipinas Live from Jan 13 to Feb 16, and wait for the questions to be flashed on screen during the breaks. Visit nba.onesports.ph after to send your answers. It's a slim lead right now for the Cool Smashers because the Foxies have turned it around here in set number 2, and a while ago, just earlier, they got their first taste of the lead in the game.
But the question is here for the Foxies, will they be able to gain that momentum back and sustain it? We know that the Cool Smashers get better as the set continues.
Viray will be replaced by Tubu for this one. Gonzalez is also the setter. Valdez checked. Carlos on the off speed. Saved again by Bertolano. Credit that to her. Galanza. It's out. And another deadlock here. We are tied at 16 all.
Yeah, too long there for Galanza. A free point for the Foxies. Let's see if they'll be able to take advantage of that.
Riza Cruz tasked to serve here. They go to the Leon. And that one has been efficient all throughout so far.
I mean, PVL has been highly efficient in this match, but we also have to credit the passing, the taking of her teammates, really allowing Kyle Negrito to set up PVL.
Tubu. Negrito got a hand on it. Galanza waits for the ball. This is going to be a free ball. Negrito goes to Galanza. Again, aiming for that target down the line.
Zone 1 has been a big problem here for the Foxies.
And quickly, Coach Benson Bokbok will call for time as he doesn't want this game to break away.
Dito. Hayaan mo siya dito. Jane, no? Diba? Kuha mo. Tapos counter. Hintayin mo lang yung quick din. Ready? Go! Side out tayo kagad.
Hindi malayo yan. Tsaga lang yung dalawa.
Sipag pa tayo.
Saiko tayo.
Walang yan. Stop agad natin. Let's go.
Let's go. Side out kagad tayo.
Roll na naman. Roll na. Let's go. Farm Fresh. Ulit.
Quick side out, that's what they need right now. They need to get a point off that service of Valdez because they can't let Creamline to get another point and get a bigger lead here in the end stretch of this set.
Yep, alam ng ni Coach Benson yun. And just like that, as you were mentioning it, Ayel, Eliza Valdez gets a service ace.
I mean, if the Foxies will try to get a side out, the Cool Smashers will also try to get a point, and just a perfect execution of that serve of Eliza Valdez.
Who now has 4 points all here in set number 2. And more importantly, they have created some breathing room here with a 3-point advantage. Oh, and Gonzalez couldn't time that one. That was hard.
The service game of Valdez is just on point right now. Back-to-back service aces.
And 4 straight points for the Cool Smashers to put themselves up here at the 20-point mark. And immediately, Romero and Viray fielded back in. And they're able to get a good first ball. Abellana, Atienza. That trickles to the side of Farm Fresh. Pierre. Carlos was there. Galanza. Delerio with a save. They go to Caitlin. Negrito will set up Carlos. Oh, nice save from Viray, but look at Kyle go.
Kyle Negrito playing as a spiker on that sequence. take a second look at that. Too much power in that attack of Tots Carlos. An overpass giving Negrito an opportunity to score, but a challenge here coming from the Foxies. Are reaching beyond the challenge.
The most called challenge of the game so far.
Both teams have called the challenge at least once.
It is the Audience Choice Award. Kumbaga, may voting na nangyayari.
Coach's Choice Award.
Coach's Choice. Ano favorite challenge niyo? Reaching beyond the net.
challenge. But also, that's because it gets really tricky when you get that joust or an overpass.
Yeah.
And we've seen this challenge being called more and more in all the games, but very clear. It was already, the ball is already on the side of the Cool Smashers, so unsuccessful challenge here for the Foxies.
So still, they couldn't stop this bleeding. 5 straight points for the Cool Smashers. For now 4 points away from taking a 2-set lead. Galanza. Coverage for Atienza. Gemma again.
Too sharp, too strong this time for Gemma Galanza.
Can't be contained. Look at that hit. Cross-court like a bullet, and a timeout called by Farm Fresh.
Dito, break point. Dito,
Stop na lang,
dito yung
Pierre.
isa. Dito ka. Pag naiwan ka dito, talaga babagsakin. Hindi alam kung sino.
Serve akin.
Okay, pass
Behind the line ka ha.
Tapos
Yung baba mo
counter
behind.
Go, go, go.
Tara, isa-isa tayo. Isa-isa tayo. Side out tayo pagpasok ha. Tsaga lang, tsaga lang. Sigaw, sigaw. Let's go!
So timeout called by the Foxies, who are trying to find answers as we see some of the fans. Happy birthday. Advance happy birthday.
Advance happy birthday.
Sana makita ni Phenom, no, ni Elias later at mabigyan ng picture.
Let's see.
And it's kept alive. Look at the effort from the Cool Smashers, who are scrambling. Same with the Foxies. Put up by Atienza. Carlos. Bertolano was there. Abellana. Another save for Atienza. And Bertolano, who's playing solid D. That is playable. Was it or not? The challenge. It felt like it was good. That's why Farm Fresh will call a challenge.
And we had the same scenario earlier, that pancake save coming from Romero. This time from Delerio, but earlier from Romero. It was also a long rally. Both teams playing good defense. Creamline having a difficult time to convert the point because of the good defense of the Foxies. And right now, they are calling the same challenge here. Let's see if they will be successful this time.
Earlier, the rally you were talking about, yun yung napapindot ng challenge yung Creamline. This time, our referee called it, but Farm Fresh is challenging it. Oh, and it's good.
A perfect pancake save there. So no floor touch challenge.
Sayang, because it was a great rally we were seeing.
So they will have to replay the point here. Let's see if the Foxies can finally score a point here.
Yeah.
The Cool Smashers has been on a run. Eliza Valdez still on the service line right now.
Making a living in that service line. 6 unanswered points so far. And that's all it took, that challenge, to ice her.
So really a good challenge for the Foxies.
Oh, napaganda pa.
Right. Successful challenge and the service error coming from the Cool Smashers.
Down by 5 are the Foxies. Galanza. That's in off the block.
Back-to-back points right now for the Foxies. take a second look at that.
And that was Caitlin Viray again denying it for her second block point.
Dalawa na dun eh.
And Coach Sherwin calls for time.
Ikaw bahala, kung magbaback quick siya, doon kayo galing. Doon kayo, di ba? Tatakbo si Bea dito. Pero kung gusto mo i-back quick, i-play doon, doon atake si Bea. Matutulungan mo si Gemma. Ha? Pero pag wala, reaction agad. Follow lang, sige, follow lang.
Go girls! Go girls! All in! Creamline!
Quick timeout there for the Cool Smashers to talk about their offense because they don't want the Foxies to get any nearer on their score.
So that block point a while ago was awarded to Turing. Just to correct that. It's kept alive. Viray hitting the antenna.
Viray avoiding the taller blocker there, and De Leon wanted to go down the line, unfortunately hitting the antenna.
Well, Lori Bernardo is gonna enter the game for the first time at the last part of this set too. So is Deej Rodriguez. Oh, Abeliana breaking the block.
Powering through the tall blockers of the Cool Smashers and the Panaga and Bernardo.
Showing that she can take on the vets.
Going all out in that sequence.
A rookie for the Foxies. Out of UST, serving 19-23. Oh, Negrito finding the opening.
A quick side out there for the Cool Smashers. Fast first ball and an even faster 1-2 play there. No one for the Foxies to get that ball.
And that puts Creamline at set point. Over received. Chance here for them to close set number 2, and Galanza takes care of it. And the Cool Smashers take the second set.
A really strong end game for the Cool Smashers. Foxies tied things up earlier, but they played consistently and played clean volleyball, talking about the Cool Smashers in the end stretch.
They're up 2-0 in this game. We'll be back with the third set right after this break.
Welcome back. The Creamline Cool Smashers, 2 sets up against the Farm Fresh Foxies. A longer set this time in the second set. The Farm Fresh Foxies showing more defensive prowess against the excellent attacks of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Better attacks as well coming from the Foxies. Caitlin Viray showing some power in her attacks. But again, the Creamline Cool Smashers just keeps on getting better as the set continues. We saw a deadlock earlier at 16, but the Creamline Cool Smashers found their momentum and never looked back. The reason why they won that second set, again, a big disparity in terms of attack points. 17 attack points for the Cool Smashers against the 8 of the Foxies. But better defense, again, as we mentioned, for the Foxies. They were able to register 3 kill blocks against the 2 of the Cool Smashers. 2 service aces for the Cool Smashers and 1 for the Foxies. Both teams really trying to play clean. But again, the Foxies really just improving their defense in that set, but still not enough. Again, they really have to improve their attacking. That's what they need. And without Trisha Tubu, as we keep on mentioning, someone has to step up. We saw Caitlin Viray earlier in the second set, but again, it's still not enough. They need the contribution of other players as well.
But what's good is that we saw the improvement from the Farm Fresh Foxies. It was pretty evident of what they adjusted on in set number 2 based on the numbers as well. It was pretty clear. And they took Creamline to the test when they were tied a couple of times, where there were 4 deadlocks actually, and the last one being that 16-all. Unfortunately, in that point mark, doon na sila naiwanan ng Creamline. They will look to take one here in set number 3 and extend this match against an undefeated Creamline Cool Smashers so far here in this All-Filipino Conference. And we thank you once again, all our viewers on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco still with Ayel Estaniero covering this match. Alexis Tinsay will give us another update in just a bit as we resume play. Carlos couldn't put that in.
Right, too long that time for Tots Carlos. Lack of risk action. So first point goes to the Foxies.
Serving for Farm Fresh, 8-9.
Tots. Cruz had to adjust. Negrito back sets to Galanza. Abellana will try and score.
Cross-court attack there for Abellana. Putting more power and speed in that attack. Well, Jesus could not get to the ball on time.
Pumapalag no? Yung rookie, she had that nice hit also in set number 2. Breaking the block, this time a cleaner hit. But Carlos will score the first point here in set number 3 for Creamline.
And in this game, it really has been the speed of the sets of Negrito, giving them the advantage offensively, always creating holes in that blocking of the Foxies.
Yeah, and we haven't, also just to mention, we haven't seen, as point goes to the Foxies, we haven't seen Bernadette Font since the first set. It's been Eliza Valdez manning that outside hitter position.
And Valdez had a good run earlier in that service line.
Yeah.
Creating that gap.
Couple of aces. Speaking of service, this time it's out. But if you look at the Creamline Cool Smashers scoring, their players, it's a balanced output for them. Panaga, who's serving, has 5 points. There are 3 others in the team with 5 points. That one is a point for Bertolano as we go to Alexis Tinsay for this report. Alexis?
Pinayel, grabe yung 6-0 run ng Creamline last set. And with that, kita naman talaga natin na yung Creamline Cool Smashers with their championship pedigree and winning streak. Some people might think they're almost untouchable, flawless, almost robotic. Yan din ang kala ni Gemma Galanza. Their system is so consistent that sometimes she trusts her teammates so much, mindlessly niyang napapasa ang bola sa kung sinong teammate, forgetting that at the end of the day, they're all human. Meron ding off games. Some have in-game pain. It's all about communicating. Gemma is reminded to check in on her teammates and herself. As Ella Desus pointed out, unforced errors creep in when they feel the pressure, when emotions run high. At the end of the day, there's still a team that wants improvement day by day. Let's see if they can close this out in 3. Back to set 3.
Alam mo yung isa pang flawless aside from Creamline? Yung lakad na yun ni Alexis pababa. Ang ganda nun. But going back to what she said about the report, as we just saw Valdez with a nice spike earlier.
Hit, yeah.
It may seem like they are a team who's perfect, was really found the formula, but inside the players are saying that no, there are things that we still work on and tweak every game. And it shows that they keep on improving and still adjusting those little things.
And I think that what's make them a really, excellent team, because despite of the success they've had over the years, they continue to improve. There's something that they improve every conference. But right now, the Fox is really trying to challenge them in the start of this set.
Well, they're now up by 3 points, but that one drops. Another one for Creamline.
It's a 2-point lead now for the Foxies as Liza Valdez will go to serve. This is the same rotation earlier that they were able to make a run in the end of the second set.
Viray. Negrito goes back row to Valdez. Abellana with a save. Bertolano covers her own attack. That was Valdez. And Tots putting effort. Back with the black shirts. Oh, Bertolano puts it away.
The Foxes is on the roll right now. Combination plays has been working for them. Bertolano right in the middle, avoiding the hands of BDL, going to zone 1.
Back to a 3-point lead.
We're seeing more intensity here in the start of the set for the Foxies.
And that's how it should be for them. With their backs against the wall, no room for error. And just as I said, error, nabitin.
I mean, Turing had a good opportunity to score that point. BDL was late going for that block, pero may konting gigil. And sometimes pag hindi mo na-control yung gigil mo, that's when you make that error.
5-7, BDL on deck. The tip is out. Had to use that space she was given. Lead down to a single point. And it's De Leon once again to serve. Pierre to Valdez, straight to her. Galanza is blocked, set back by Tagsip. And Viray also there. And Viray sends us to the first technical timeout. SB Finance, ang BFF na malalapitan. Ikaw, sino ba ang... At babalik ko yung sa tanong ko sa iyo sino ba ang BFF mo?
Every game na lang, Dip no?
Hindi, ang sasabihin ko talaga is...
Gusto ni Dip niya, yung sagot na,
Actually,
ikaw ang best friend ko kasi ikaw yung katabi ko ngayon.
Hindi, ang sasabihin ko talaga, sakto na nagpe-play yung Marilag.
Ay, sabi mo magsasample ka sa next game. Ito na yung next game.
Next game, sabi ko. Parang nasasakto na si Jack parati na pag piniplay yung...
On cue.
Nasa jacket ng video. A point here for Creamline to cut the lead down to a single point.
Serving for the Cool Smashers, Kyle Negrito.
Viray. A bit flat on that, but the reason for that is meron palang touch from the blockers of Creamline.
Block touch there from Pangspanaga. Tried to hide that smile, but the referee saw that ball really go through the fingertips of Pangspanaga.
Negrito. Gusto Galanza. Ball into the stands.
What a combination play there. Really just a perfect execution. Panaga pulling in the blocker.
And this spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
Open block for Gemma Galanza.
Ginasalubungan yung fans sa Phil Sports Arena. Oh, Bertolano with the adjustment midair.
Fox is really not allowing Creamline to make a run here. They have the answers right away. Bertolano right in the middle with a good tip.
Valdez also. I can do that too.
With her own version of switching tempo, switching the pace. Full approach, full swing, last second. Just tipping that one over, fooling the defense of the Foxies.
Actually, ako yung sa mga nagpauna talagang nagpapakita ng ganon, sabi niya.
That's my style.
Nine to 10. That's inside for Lori Bernardo with a service ace.
Floater there coming from Lori Bernardo.
We are tied at 10 all, and Farm Fresh calls for a timeout.
Adjust ka agad. Meron silang service na ganito, meron silang service na lutang eh. Magsasalita kayo. Nakuha? Okay? Let's go. Sige.
Tapos na naman kapag di ka madapat. Hindi, ikaw, spike lang eh. Ikaw, hindi, kaya mo ba?
Mataas yun eh. Ikaw magsalita ka na.
Ikaw, susupport kami, susupport kami. Kapag nag-alangan ka, kunin mo. Support kami, support kami. Let's go! Let's go!
Now, Coach Bok there and even the players talking about their passing formation because they can't allow Creamline to get easy points like that off service aces.
In English, when in doubt, get it.
Pag nag-aalangan ka, kunin mo.
Ganun ba yun?
Ganun ba? Ganun yun.
Sige, noted yan. Gagawin ko yun. Pero hindi ako nag-aalangan. Sigurado ako. Bertolano will get the lead back for the Foxies.
Bertolano having some good momentum here in this third set. Her drop balls have been working so well.
Almost had a chance, but it dropped out. A sigh of relief from Valdez.
I mean, Valdez, De Jesus, and Galanza were staring at each other after that serve was called out.
Deadlock at 11 all. Carlos does the same on that service. And lead is back with the Foxies. So surprisingly, Creamline hasn't gotten the lead here in set number 3.
But another deadlock here. Let's see if they'll be able to overtake Farm Fresh this time.
Palitan tayo ng service errors. Oh, rotational fault called on Farm Fresh. And that will give Creamline their first lead here in the 3rd set. Some confusion on their side of the court. Bertolano powers it through.
Talked about how other players need to step up on the side of the Foxies. So far, it has been Bertolano contributing some big points here. No coverage there for the Creamline Cool Smashers.
De Leon will be the one to set up Galanza. Avoided that one as it sent back. And Farm Fresh regains advantage. So it's an exchange of points here, Ayel.
The question always here on the side of the Foxies, will they be able to sustain their momentum? And if they want to sustain their momentum, they can't afford errors like those. They have given away 2 free points already in the past few sequences for the Cool Smashers.
Tabla tayo at 14 all. Bea De Leon will be the one to serve. Ooh, it's short. And so many service errors for both teams here in this set.
Also, the reason why they're having a difficult time finding their rhythm in the set for both teams.
3 service errors for Creamline, 4 service errors for Farm Fresh, all in this set. Bernardo, naabangan. Romero looks at the options, goes to Cruz, who will send us to the 2nd technical timeout. And it's the Foxies up by 2. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena, and we have a ball game in our hands here in set number 3. Valdez and company are down by 2 points behind the Farm Fresh Foxies, who are looking to extend this match. But not so fast, says Lori Bernardo.
You're getting that point, connecting well with Cal Negrito. And again, it's also tricky to block a lefty middle. It's not usual for middles to be left-handed.
Oh, that drops for Kyle Negrito with a help from the net.
Take a second look at that, really disrupting the timing of the passers. They were all at the back of the court waiting for a strong serve.
And Abellana couldn't reach that ball. Remember, it was this score line, 16 all, where Creamline scored 6 straight. Shoot set to Galanza. Here comes Carlos. Back set, Viray. It's a point.
Oh, Caitlin Viray has been the leading scorer so far for the Foxies. Now without Trisha Tubo on the court again. Ooh.
That's out though. I was about to say that they got over the hump of scoring past 16, but we are tied once again.
Again, these are like missed opportunities for the Foxies to gain momentum.
Romero goes to Viray. Targeted that back, but it was too long.
Oh, but we have a challenge here, a block touch challenge for the Foxies. So we are in the crucial stretch of the set, especially for the Foxies, hoping to extend this match. So every point will definitely matter to them.
Touch challenge is what is being contested here by the Farm Fresh Foxies, who are eager to steal a set away from the undefeated Creamline Cool Smashers, but
no block touch there. Unsuccessful challenge for the Foxies.
Challenge by Farm Fresh is unsuccessful. Point stays to Creamline. Number 12, Trisha Tubu, and number 19, Daniel Thomas.
So some changes here for the Foxies, with Tubu re-entering. She has had some quick stints. Gonzalez trying to fool the defense of Creamline, but to no avail. Tubu dug up by Negrito. Here comes Valdez. Oh, Tubu breaks the block for her first point, and what a time for it to come.
Exactly. They need Trisha Tubo right now in the end stretch to do some finishing points for them. Let's see if they'll be able to sustain. But that was a good hit coming from Trisha Tubo.
Short serve there for Abellana. Here comes Carlos. Gonzalez couldn't control, and lead is back with the Cool Smashers.
That's right. I mean, Gonzalez was right on the spot to defend that hit coming from Tots Carlos. Just couldn't contain that one. Too much power on the hit.
(19 serving 18). Gonzalez back sets to Tubu. This time red by the blockers. They swing to Bertolano. That is out.
Now Bertolano trying to avoid the blockers. Fortunately, too wide.
Coach Benson Bokbok will make use of his timeout. His team down by 2.
Iwas-iwas kung tayo nagkakamali. Tignan nyo. Okay? Okay lang yun. Saluhin nyo. Passion. Okay? Huwag iwas-iwas. Cover naman eh. Cover naman. Let's go. Tutol tayo.
Dalawa. Let's go.
Huwag natin bitawan, sayang. Huwag natin bitawan.
Dalawa lang yan. Kayang-kaya pa yan.
Yakap po. O, yakap po. Tara, isa.
Enjoy. Tara.
Let's go!
A chance there to regroup for the Foxies. Coach Bok telling them that they can't go all out in their attacks and they need a good coverage, because right now the Cool Smashers have a good front row lineup, especially for blocking.
Gonzalez will send it to Tubu, and they connect. Exactly what Coach Benson ordered from that timeout.
19 serving 20.
Trisha Tubo will play a crucial role here
Yeah.
in the end stretch.
Now we have to remember she's not at 100% in this game. Cruz with a costly error here at the tail end of the third set.
And again, Creamline is always so good in their end game.
Oh, Bertolano flying and hitting.
Bertolano has been consistent all throughout its third set. Been attacking in so many angles going down the line this time. Tots Carlos could not react on time to defend that ball.
Valdez back with Creamline. Oh, Viray scoring that much needed point to tie this game up at 21 all.
And the intensity continues to go so well here for the Foxies. Viray definitely has been a bright spot here.
Oh, that is a double contact violation for Kyle Negrito.
Crucial error there for Kyle Negrito, giving the Foxies a 1-point lead, and this will cause Coach Sherwin to call this timeout.
Yeah, tiyaga sa receive, tiyaga sa receive. Gitna nyo lang, para maka-atake tayo. Pag wala, taas na natin sa open muna. Yan yung unang dumiskarte yung consolidator. Then, block tayo ulit. Ha? Let's go.
Coach Sherwin reminding them to play it simple right now. Crucial moment here for the Cool Smashers, as the Foxies really looked like they want this set badly to extend this match.
They are putting up a fight. This is a team that hasn't won against Creamline in 4 tries. This is their 5th face-off. And let's see what they can do here. Negrito goes to Valdez. And Eliza Valdez scores another tied ball game at 22 all.
Eliza Valdez with a crucial point there. Let's take a second look on that fast low set. Valdez powering through the hands of Viray.
And 9 deadlocks already here in the third set. Crucial point here, up for grabs. Viray, Negrito chooses Galanza. Atienza was there. Kyle goes back to Gemma. And down the line it goes for Gemma Galanza.
Now the Cool Smashers just looking in sync in that sequence.
And no better person to be at the service line.
Right.
Oh.
You jinxed it.
I apologize wholeheartedly.
I mean, Valdez had a really consistent service game in the second set.
Because I said that because they had that 6-0 run when Eliza was serving. But I did not mean that. So we are tied at 23 all. Negrito goes to Gemma again. It falls, it drops, and a point for the Cool Smashers, who are now at match point.
And again, these were the miscues that Coach Bok talked to them about earlier. The ball was too high, but a miscue there among the players, really slowing all of them down to get to that ball and defend that ball.
There was hesitation on the side of Farm Fresh. And Rose Vargas will check in. First time in the game, serving for the match. Bertolano sets up the play. Abellana picked up by Valdez. Negrito to Galanza. It's short. Still playable. Oh! 4 touches is called. I think the referee gave the point initially to Creamline. There's some confusion here because he awarded the point to Creamline.
Right.
There you go. There you go.
Correcting himself there.
So, nagkalituhan because sabi niya 4 touches but point to Creamline.
Right.
But he corrected himself and point is given to Farm Fresh. And then Creamline calls for a challenge.
Tricky sequence there. I mean, it went all so fast in that sequence, but Creamline will try to fight for that point. They are at match point right now, but the Foxies definitely would want to get the point back.
Question is, did that go over?
Right.
But Creamline is looking for a net fault challenge, which means they might have seen
Someone from the Foxies touching that net.
because they could have also called, or they are sure that it didn't go over. That's why they're going for this challenge. Their 9th win, 9th straight win on the line. Did Tagsip touch the net? Some suspense moments. Pinapakaba lang tayo.
I mean, that has been the entire third set.
Yep, yep.
Full of suspense with both teams were trying to fight for every point. Until the end game.
So they trying to keep themselves warm. And for us, we will be able to breathe after this. That is unsuccessful because it was the ball first hitting the net. Didn't cross, kaya naunang itawag yung 4 touches. Valdez trying to contest. So the ball hitting the net cost the arm of Tagsip to touch the net. So the main reason for that is, again, the ball going short. Joust won by Negrito against Abeliana.
A quick point there for the Cool Smashers. Now they are at match point.
Second match point. Negrito will serve. Romero sets up Viray. It's good. Valdez picks it up. Negrito goes to Carlos. Atienza for the coverage. Tots again. Bertolano with a save. Viray once more. And it's off the block. And out. Farm Fresh saves another point.
Farm Fresh Foxies staying alive here. Caitlin Viray again. All throughout this match has been a spark. Getting that important point for the Foxies.
And Caitlin Viray has embraced the opportunity here in this game to step up and play big.
I agree.
And a chance for them here. Abeliana. Valdez says mine. Negrito back sets to Galanza. Cross-court hit.
Gemma Galanza with a clean attack. Putting that risk action to good use. Targeting that zone, that hole in the floor defense of the Foxies.
For her 14th point of the match, and serving right now, and it's in! It's in! A service ace for Gemma Galanza to finish off this one, but Farm Fresh will rely on this challenge for their fate.
Wants to play spoilers here. I mean, that was a good serve, good floater coming from Gemma Galanza. It looked like it did hit the line, but let's see if the Foxies saw differently.
Yeah, and also this is their last resort to extend the game. But here it goes. It will drop right inside, and it's official. The Creamline Cool Smashers get their 9th straight win in our 2025 PVL All-Filipino Conference. Still undefeated. As we take a look at this block of the set brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
Gemma Galanza with big back-to-back points to finish that third set thriller against the Farm Fresh Foxies. I mean, for the Foxies, they had a good run, but again, endgame was just so good for the Cool Smashers.
We'll be back to wrap this one up after this break. Inside the Phil Sports Arena, game just wrapped up, and the Creamline Cool Smashers taking this one over the Farm Fresh Foxies. Our player of the game is with our very own Alexis Tinsay. Go ahead, Alexis.
Dipinayel here with me, player of the game, Gemma Galanza, 15 points, 12 attacks, 1 block, and 2 aces. Congratulations, Gemma. So this is your 9th win of the conference, 11 deadlocks in the third set. Paano nyo na-overturn yung things kahit dikitan yung puntos?
Kinover up lang namin yung bawat isa. If may mag-error, kailangan makapuntas agad. Hindi dapat kami magtuloy-tuloy sa mga errors namin na hindi talaga namin i-expect. Ayan. So, and syempre, uminit na din talaga yung Farm Fresh at talagang nagkaroon sila ng mga combination play.
And with that, gaano kalaking factor yung tiwala mo sa teammates mo pero at the same time, yung tiwala mo sa sarili mo na may tatapos mo yung laban today?
Sorry, ano po?
Gaano kalaking factor din na kumbaga meron kang tiwala sa teammates mo pero at the same time may tiwala ka sa sarili mo na maitapos yung laban mo sa third set?
malaking bagay talaga yung trust sa loob ng court. Kasi, alam mo yan, yun yung magpapatatag sa inyo sa paglalaro. And sa sobrang tagal na namin, talaga napunan namin yung trust namin sa bawat isa sa amin.
Kitang-kita yun na sobrang intense ng third set. Ngayon gusto mong batiin yung mga fans mo dito and of course yung mga fans yung nanonood.
Hello po sa lahat ng Creamline fans na nanood ngayon. Thank you so much po. See you po sa Saturday sa Inares po. Wear pink. Thank you guys. Thank you po.
Congratulations again, Gemma, and to the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers for their 9th victory this conference. Now they'll be facing PLDT this Saturday, but don't go away. We have more games coming this Thursday. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Alexis, and congratulations to the player of the game, Gemma Galanza. Panapos. Grabe yung dulo niya, no? She has that clutch gene and she showed, and she was talking about the trust. We saw that third set, it took a while before Creamline was able to get their lead. It seemed like Farm Fresh was determined to extend the game, but towards the end, they kept fighting, talking about the Cool Smashers, and then those timely points by Galanza and the rest of the Cool Smashers helped them a lot.
And Galanza also mentioned how they trust each other and tries to cover up, the errors of each other, and that really showed towards the end stretch. A couple of errors coming from her teammates, but she was able to execute that back-to-back points to finish up the match. Really teamwork, team effort coming from the Cool Smashers. Meanwhile, the Farm Fresh Foxies, it's just unfortunate that they didn't have their leading scorer this conference in Trisha Tubu, but we saw a lot of players coming alive, contributing and stepping up. We've mentioned Caitlin Viray, we've mentioned Bertilano as well, but you see the numbers. Farm Fresh Foxies, there's this parity in terms of attack points. They only registered 30 against the 42 of the Cool Smashers. Cool Smashers playing better in that defense with 8 kill blocks against the 5 of the Foxies, and Cool Smashers also really putting the risk in that service line. They were able to tally 7 service aces all throughout the match against the one of the Foxies, and both teams committing a lot of errors in this match. But again, the team effort really showed on the side of the Cool Smashers.
And just to add to that team effort, to shed light on that, after Galanza, you had 2 players who had 8 points each, Negrito and Valdez, 2 points with 7 each in Carlos and Pons, and 2 players with 5 each in Panaga and De Leon. And as mentioned, games will continue on Thursday here at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. It will be the Chocomucho Flying Titans going up against the Next Led Chameleons at 4 p.m., followed by the Signal HD Spikers and the Zeus Thunderbells. That is a game to look out for and anticipate, as players from their old teams will face their former team. But that does it for our Tuesday doubleheader. A while ago it was Petrogas winning, and then this time it's Creamline staying undefeated with 9 straight wins in our tournament. On behalf of Alexis Tinsay, my partner Ayel Estraniero, my name is Dip Dipiaco saying thank you for watching the 2025 PVL All-Filipino Conference. This is the Heart of Volleyball.